Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes, it's almost good afternoon, but it's still good to be here on the beach. It was raining this morning. We don't bring the equipment out in the rain unless it's necessary. So it's me, Frankie Two Socks and Pardet with your daily beach walk. It's not morning beach walk. We're gonna hurt today. Look. It's gonna be nice fungus growing by this afternoon on it. The cicada beetles is laughing at us. It says, hey, you guys are gonna burn today. Burn, buggers, burn. Stop. Hey, amper stamp ek my kop weer daarso. Or just being happy to be out of the house, Daddy. That's all I'm happy about. I'm out of the house. Tidal channel here at the boardwalk. 2 hours before low tide. I hope we can get onto the peninsula today. Tide is running out quite strong here. Blair Witch Project during daylight hours. Beautiful. Just look at this. Wow, so cinematic. Waar loop jy rond? Waar loop jy rond? Remnants of pre-COVID advantage whale watching, when the whale charters still had that advantage whale watcher or advantage charter 3, a 30-foot, 36-foot boat or something with 175 4-stroke fly-by-wire Suzuki's on the back. Right, this is where we normally launch. This is low tide. Somewhere along the line, people is not going to enjoy this one morning they get here. Tomorrow this is going to be nice and deep. There's an exit on the channel on that side. Maar dit kom nie so naby aan daai water nie, meisiekind. And that is the one I'm interested in. Very, very interested in. A lot of foam. Pardet, asseblief, kom weg daar. Kom weg daar. Dis krokodilwater daai. Kom weg daar. Yeah, it's a dirty. I wonder what they call this foam. Can't call it umbulungu. It's not white. And there's an exit over there out of this channel. Very interesting. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit. Oh, very unprofessional video this today. There you go. Little bit out, Beatrice. There you go. This northern channel flowing out over there, and then there's a ugly sandbank, and then it flows out over there again. And this is where Wiseman said he tested the water and it was over 2 meters deep. but it's silted up a lot. We can see here it's silted up a hang of a lot. Some interesting phenomena happening here. Don't want to come over this edge with the tractor on high tide. That will be disastrous. And this is where the water goes in. Wil jy gou 'n bietjie kom speel? And it runs out of that. The overflow comes from there and it runs into this little channel. But they just cool down a little bit. Then we can continue our track that way. This is the southern channel, the Robber channel. It's nice and deep. It's beautiful. Today we'll be able to get on the peninsula and we're happy for that. It's a far walk in the sun, but we're going to enjoy the views we see there. You can see here to the westward side of this peninsula, this was all reeds. And on the sediment build-up here, we can see the ocean washed over the reeds. So the reeds didn't die because of the salt water. It died because the ocean waves killed it. Ocean almost cut this in half. Almost. Like a kid in a can. Do I want to make a video of that first, of the mud or the mud banks exposed on the western side? Okay, we'll start in front of us. I'll try my best to concentrate. Now to the scientists that won the tender on rewriting or amending the current management plan, please notice, I see in your preamble paper we explain everything to the people on what has happened in the past. You mention ocean-borne sediment. Yes, it's very important, but you failed to mention river-borne sediment. This is what killed the system, the river-borne sediment. It's the ocean-borne sediment that closes it every winter. It's the river-borne sediment that suffocates it. Right, looking at the ocean-borne sediment here, and clearly the Mfolozi River is flowing out of the Mfolozi Msudu's beach channel in front of us. Wow, it's months since I've been here. Maybe 2 months, maybe 3 months now. Wow, it's amazing to see the damage that has been done to these mud banks. But it's also sad to see all the ocean-borne sediment that's washed into this bentonite mud banks. Concentrate, Petrus. Okay, the mud banks is the river-borne sediment. The sandbanks is the ocean-borne sediment. Right? It's the sandbanks that closes the estuary mouth in the winter months. The mud banks comes from the Mfolozi River that the scientist has recently brought into the St. Lucia system, not the Isimangaliso Wetland Park. They don't make that decision, the scientists make that decisions. You guys are doing the new management plan, it's your decision, you make the decisions. Now if you play the game right with us and we can get you to agree on cutting tidal channels into this man-made mud banks, then we can get some estuary function here. But at the moment, the estuary mouth will only be open as long as the Mfolozi River is in flood. That is not estuary function, guys. Go and read the definition of estuary function. It's not a body of water open to the ocean. It's a body of water that has got marine interaction with the ocean. Right, we don't have it here. This is not the estuary system at the moment. We need to get rid of the suffocating mud over here. We know we can't get rid of it all at once. We've made peace with that. We don't want dredges. We want some sort of mechanical equipment that can help the agitation, to agitate these mud banks, so that the tide can take the mud out to the ocean at its own good time and pace. And water cannons is all that we need, and it's floating, and it's very, very non-intrusive. You don't have pipes running all over the show. You float the water cannon in on pontoons, you start the generator, you wash your channels that you want, and you go home. You can only work on the incoming tide or on the outgoing tide. Preferably you want to work on the outgoing tide. That would be the best. And it's only about 4 hours a day that you can work. 2 hours before high tide, 2 hours after high tide, and then you're done. Then the ocean, the hydrology of the system has to do the rest. The tidal interaction from the ocean has to do the rest. So it's very, very minimal human interaction with the system. It's just agitating the mud so it can get loose. It's like somebody with phlegm on the chest. You take medication, loosen the phlegm, you cough it out. This is exactly what has to happen here. Now this is waterlogged sand from the ocean washing in, and on the low tide the water drains out like over there, and then it caves in like this. Now this is the type of erosion that we want to manage the ocean-borne sediment. So this is good, this is very good. See here on the color line that the ocean-borne sediment is moving westward into the estuary, and only with help the tide will wash it out again into the ocean, because the tide has drained here and there's no evidence that the tide took some sediment with it. All the sediment is stuck over here. You can see it washed over from the ocean side and it got stuck. Here we can see that the reefs has been washed over by the high tide, the spring high tide, and we can see the ocean-borne sediment, how high it washed in here. You can see it clearly. Beautiful cloud formation here over the estuary. Two days ago we've got a video, or yesterday as well, of the ocean washing and hitting this clay. It's breaking it down, but not fast enough. We've got a wet cycle now. It's about once in 15 years we get this type of wet cycle, and if we don't move with the wet cycle, move the times, we will not restore the estuary function. We'll just keep on blaming each other. The current is screaming out. Wow, all this water, and it was low tide at the beach when we left, and the water is still going out. Imagine all the scouring it's creating. Harvesting tidal energy right here at the tidal channel.